Hey guys, welcome back. This is Ankur, and just want to share this is my 101th uh, video on MuleSoft. So it's been a great journey along with all of you guys, and um, I was able to achieve my target of delivering a good and unique information and knowledge over different aspects of Mule 4.3.0. The main aim of creating this particular channel was to create something unique in terms of content and in terms of topics which are not being available anywhere in the other resources, be it on YouTube, be on any other Google resources. And I got a overwhelmed response from all of you, and I really appreciate and thankful for all your kind words and continuous motivation. So to continue further, as today's video will be a special one, count 101, and I will try to cover one of the unique feature which is exploring the YouTube data API. So how we can interact from Mule to YouTube data API, that is the topic of today's video. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I hope everyone is having a YouTube account, basically the Gmail account, right? So if you go to this particular console.developers.google.com, you will be able to see some couple of details like Google APIs, and then you can create your project. Likewise, I have created my first project. Similarly, you can create also by clicking over here as a new project, and once it is being done, then you can create some new credential. Just click on this page and click create credential, pick up the first one, that is API key, and it will appear something similar to like this, as you can see over here. Just copy paste this thing by clicking on this button and keep it handy because it will be used frequently in our use cases. Apart from this, there is second mode in which we can create OAuth 2.0 client IDs as well. So how to create that? Again, we need to follow the same pattern. Click on create credentials, go for OAuth client ID. After that, it will ask you for the details. So you can fill up the web application. You can put any name, and you can put the redirect URI, which can be your local host 8080 slash callback, something like that, right? So it's been quite similar to what we have followed in other SNS based social networking site based use cases. So let me show you the credential for this MuleSoft application. So it is very once it is being created, it gives the option of downloading the entire JSON. Basically, ID, secret, and creation date will be captured in that. You can always reset the secret, and you can delete it as well. Same is applicable for the API key as well. Okay. There is one more thing, OAuth consent screen. So whenever you create OAuth to client ID, it will ask you to first create this OAuth consent screen. Okay, so just create you can create a new app. Basically, this MuleSoft app is being created, and similarly you can select whether it is a external or internal. By default, it is being available to everyone within the Google account, and there are multiple things, so you have to be very peculiar about it. I will be using in most of our use cases around this API key, this one. So let's get started. One more thing before we go to our Anypoint Studio. This page of developers.google.com YouTube v3 till here, it is very handy in case you want to explore the different data API of YouTube. Apart from data API, it gives several other APIs as well, like subscribe button, analytics, and all the other stuff. But considering you can go for this API Explorer, and it will give you all the different options if you want to configure. There are huge list of API v3 version, and different APIs are being available, ranging from BigQuery, analytics, YouTube live streaming, and whatnot. Okay, but to keep our discussion to be very specific, I will be talking with respect to data API only. So you can of course go to this YouTube v3 docs, and it will give you a lot many insights, like how to play around with your API key or your OAuth 2.0 token. It also gives you a what I must say, it also gives you the different capabilities which you can check here itself. So basically you can fill up some of the detail like here, and just putting some details. Okay, so I will be using the API key. I will click on execute, and I got the response back, something. Okay, so I will be replicating the same stuff on MuleSoft side as well, so making use of similar APIs. Okay, jumping on to my Anypoint Studio. As you can see, there are a couple of flows which I have already created. In this YouTube properties, I have mentioned the key which is being copied from the developer console, that is from here. Okay, I have copied this particular thing and kept it under YouTube properties, and after that this will be used in our request, making a call to the Google APIs site. Okay, so the first one is for the search flow. Search flow is going to YouTube search, and the second is the request. This is basically get method. Okay, it will ask for some of the query parameters, and within the request we can configure these particular things. Okay, let me show you the configuration of it. It's https googleapis.com YouTube v3 search. So till v3 it's the common, and after that the search onwards it picks up the specific API. If you go to the query param, let me try to show you. So application/java part, the query parameter and the key will be taken from the property file, and part and queue are being taken from the attributes. After that I will be transforming that message just to pick up certain details, because it gives a lot many verbose or specific metadata as well about your search result. So I will be filtering out some of the details out of it. Basically I have used the same the same payload. So if you refer this one, let me click on this and set metadata. So here I have used this search YouTube. So search YouTube, this is the particular response which we get in as a result of this search API. So I have selected that, and I have made the combinations, or you can say the mapping accordingly. Fairly simple, no business logic, only filtering certain elements only. And after that, of course, there is a logger which is going to print the payload. So let's get started with the first YouTube search flow. It is loading this application. In the meanwhile, I will go to my Postman. So I will be sending this part as snippet and query as mule 4.3.0. It means it will search for YouTube for this particular keyword and will give us the results back. Apart from snippet, there are multiple other options which are available. So to understand more about it, I will suggest you to go through the possible things. Let me show you. So content details, statics, ID, topic details, status, you can put many different such combinations. if you go to this part of the documentation, it talks about in detail like what all different functions or different values are applicable or available. Okay, queue, what is the type, channel, playlist, video, you want to filter it out. So it's very descriptive in nature itself, but I will be picking up the specific one. So our application is now up and running. I will go back to my Postman and I will hit the send button. I have received some response. Let's go back to our console. In our console, since I have searched for Mule 4.3.0, then it comes up with my YouTube channel links, like channel title, that is my name, and the different videos which I have uploaded. Okay, pretty much simple. Just for a particular keyword search, you can search for anything apart from this as well, right? IPL 2020. Let's hit the send button. So here you can see all the details about IPL 2020 on YouTube is available, and it's fairly simple, right? Now let's check out the second, that is channel search. So it's the same v3/channels, and in query params we need to pass the part, queue, and for the username. So for me the username is whatever I am putting in from the query params. Okay, so let me try to look at that. So this is the my username. You can see within my URL as well of my YouTube channel. So I'm just passing this snippet username, and the key is being picked up from the property file, the YouTube properties file. If I click on the send button, let's see what response I'm getting. So it gives me the detail about my channel itself and localized title, description, in which country it is being published, and all other stuff. Again, why it is showing very limited data? Because in Transform I have filtered out rest of the things just to make it more simple to look into. That's why it is showing very these specific things like title, description, published at, localized country. You can add other things as well depending upon your use case. The next one is for the playlist. So playlist slash playlist, in query params the only difference would be you need to pass on the channel ID. So from where you will get this channel ID? You can get this channel ID from this particular this channel search itself. So what I have done, this was the native API call which I have already made, and this particular ID, in return it gives YouTube channel, then e tag, then ID. This ID is the channel ID. Okay, now if I go to the YouTube playlist, I need to give the same channel ID, and if I hit the send button, you can see the total number of results are 10 and results per page 25, and then it talks about the different what we say, the titles, or you can say the playlist names. So one is talking about AWS, other with social networking side, where this particular YouTube data API v3 will also be uploaded very soon, and miscellaneous, and questions, API manager, Mule for advanced, for basics, channel ID, and Mule for setup, and there are all the playlists are being captured over here. So that is the main essence of it. Let me copy paste this thing, because this playlist ID will be the ID of Mule for basics. Okay, now let's see this one. I will replace this with this particular ID, and I will hit the send button. So this was my Mule for basics. So it talks about the different videos which I have uploaded under this playlist. Okay, so let me do one thing. Control C, and I will put it something and okay, so this is capturing only first, second, third, fourth and fifth, because the results per size which I have set is 5. You can also increase this particular count based on the different parameters available under the documentation of this particular API. You can refer these particular things. So I need to search for the playlist items list. So max results you can increase, and by default it is 5. You can increase up to 50 inclusive. Okay, so this was about the playlist item details, and the workflow or the mule flow about it is like this. If you see for the playlist item details, playlist items is the path which we need to follow, and in the query params we need to pass the key, part and the playlist ID. This playlist ID I have passed like this. Okay, so this was pretty much about the playlist item details. The next one is about YouTube most popular flow, or it is going to capture the most popular videos which are available within the top searches of YouTube. Okay, so it goes like this slash videos, and in the query params it talks about part, chart and key will remain the same, which will be picked up from the YouTube properties. Part is snippet, or it could be the different values which I have shown you earlier. Chart is one of the filter on which you can put to the different values like most popular, which I am going to use in this particular use case like this. And let's hit the send button. So as of now, at this particular point of time, this particular Harry Styles Golden official video is one of the trending or most popular one within YouTube top searches. And apart from that, it goes for Apex Legends, stories from the Outlands Promise, and similarly it shows a couple of more details. Okay, so this was pretty much a very short demonstration about the YouTube data API and how we can use these APIs depending upon your use case. Apart from that, I would also like to show you one more thing before we wind up this particular video. So this get code, let me copy paste this. I will take it out and place it like here. I will wrap it. So somehow it didn't copy it completely. Yeah, so this is the OAuth v2 auth. Then there is a scope, read only, or there could be many other options as well. You can check that out in the official documentation. Then these particular things, state parameter pass through value, then redirect API, and the response type, and finally the client ID. Okay, anyways, all these details are test only, so I am okay to share this particular thing. But to know more about this, I would highly recommend to go to the official documentation. Let me search for that. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry. So here it goes on the YouTube data API overview. So here it talks about the OAuth setup as well somewhere here. I'm just looking out for it. So here it goes. So you can refer this particular documentation. Okay. So basically it talks about the different playgrounds and all the things like within the API console, how you can locate it and how to set it up. Okay. So once you have already set up this particular thing in your developer console, that is this particular thing, the client ID will be generated. Same client ID you can paste it over here, and if you use this particular URL, okay, so if you copy paste the same over here and hit enter, it will ask you to choose one of these. So I have used this one. So in the top you can see the code is being generated, right? This particular code from here till here, this code will be used for generating the SS token. So I have replaced this code with this new generated value. Redirect URI is localhost OAuth2 callback, and the grant type is authorization code. Let me copy paste. So it is going to Google auth2.googleapis.com/token. Then code, redirect URI and grant type are being mentioned. And if you click on the send button, you will get the SS token. You can also make use of this SS token using OAuth2 while dealing with all your interaction with the YouTube Data API v3. In my use case, just to keep the things in a very simple manner, I have used the API key. So instead of API key, you also have an option to use OAuth2 as one of the authorization method. So that was pretty much about the YouTube integration with MuleSoft. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, please hit on the like and subscribe button and spread the word. Thank you, and thanks a lot for being the continuous motivation. Thank you.